You're listening to Left Up the Valley 2.0, Atheist, Skeptic, and Humanist Radio.
Hi, I'm Randolph Richardson of Canadian Atheists, and I turned left at the Valley.
I know we shouldn't have to scream that we're atheists. You know, we don't have non-astrologers and all that. But with the religious people taking over the world, I mean, we can either speak up or be pushed into a corner.
I'm proud to be an atheist, a skeptic, a non-believer, an infidel, a heathen. I call it how I see it. I say it's ignorance and you just call it faith and unsubstantiated claims. That's something to be ashamed. I'm an atheist.
Coming at you from Oregon, BC, DeSantis, Florida, Abbott, Texas, and Walls, Minnesota, this is Left of the Valley 2.0. My name is Kevin, and people wonder why Gen Xers are angry. Listen, we have to pay for vinyl, replace it with tapes, replace it with CDs, and now MP3s. How many times must I pay to listen to rock and grunge?
Yes, but it's now back on vinyl again, so you got to repurchase all that.
Should have kept those.
What is old is new again.
Joining me as usual is a team who thinks atheists are the only ones allowed to moan, "Oh God," otherwise during sex, otherwise if taking the Lord's name in vain.
They're just trying to make sure he's watching.
That's right. She thinks porn gives you an unrealistic idea of how quickly a plumber will come to your house. Sabrina.
Hi.
And he just found out Einstein was a real person all this time. He thought he was a theoretical physicist. Brent Lee.
It's just a theory.
Just a theory.
He turned off the big fan because it was noisy. Everybody else in the helicopter panicked. Benjamin.
Yeah, it was an interesting flight.
And if she wanted to see a fat rodent in a hole for Groundhog Day, she'd go to Mar-a-Lago. Hertzie.
Yeah.
I ain't going to Florida.
I don't blame you.
Guys,
I will
welcome
stay
back.
where it's cold.
Why? You could wave hi to Brent on the way by.
He's just down the street.
Just down the
Just on
street.
the street,
Really.
And this show is brought to you by our patron, including Mark Gibbs, who's so powerful when he does a push-up, he actually pushes the earth back. You too can become a patron. Just go to patreon.com/LATV. Guys, welcome back. In the second half of the show, we'll be talking to John, the goddess engineer.
Damn it! I thought we were talking to the actual God. Okay,
Yeah,
I got
all
questions.
excited.
Yeah, this podcast took a turn.
Well, we've invited him a few times, you know.
Yeah,
but
he's just not
he's
getting,
ghosting us.
Yeah, not answering my email.
He's tough to
Anyway,
reach.
John, the godless engineer, in the second half of the show. But first, let's do our usual chit chat. Oh God. Okay. Indeed. In science news, you guys, in science news flashes to say, did you guys hear that there was two record mega flash events that were recording from space in 2020, including a lightning flash that was 768 kilometers or 477 miles across, and one of them that was also a 17-second duration.
Okay, so once again, you had me all excited because you said mega flash, and I thought God flashed everybody.
Yeah, and it was a big one.
That's what she said.
Actually,
That is not what she said.
The first case, the one the 477-mile-long lightning bolt, it was actually stretched across Texas and Mississippi. Both were recorded by the World Meteorological Organization, the WMO, in April 2020. And in June 18th, in Uruguay and North Argentina, they recorded the longest-lasting lightning bolt, which happened for 17.1 seconds. Think of a lightning bolt for 17 seconds. That's insane, right?
Jeez.
Lightning is very difficult to record, of course, we know, because we never really know when it's going to actually strike. But now with satellite technology, it becomes far easier because we can just take pictures and recording from above. Anyway, to give you an idea, that bolt, that really long lightning bolt, it's a bit like taking a nice walk from New York City to Columbus, Ohio. That's how long it was.
Jesus.
So, that's how long it took.
So if we could ride the lightning.
I know, right? That'd be pretty cool.
You know, maybe that was it. Thor decided that he needed to take a quick trip and had to go a long way.
Yeah, did somebody check if there was a, what was it called, that Rainbow Bridge? I forget that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Following last week's news, we talked a bit about the Freedom Convoy in Canada.
I'm spelling that FREEDUMB.
Yeah, that's a good way.
We all know. Anyway,
Well, a Republican politician has been trying real hard to look dumber than normal. And
which one?
Yeah, I was gonna say that's a stretch.
well, yeah, this is actually Representative Chip Roy from Texas.
Oh, I think I know.
Oh.
He's been
this is.
he's been promoting online his conspiracy theory that the Prime Minister Trudeau, is currently, which is actually currently affected by COVID
Mhm.
again. This is the second time he's caught COVID,
Mhm.
and he's
He's positive.
in
Let's just-
isolation. Yeah.
Wow.
Well, Chippy Boy here thinks that the PM essentially has fled to the U.S. right, to avoid the trucker convoy.
Oh.
Somehow he thinks that the trucker convoy has put the entire capital of Canada under siege, and the Prime Minister has fled
Yeah,
the
he's
United
hiding.
States.
I thought that's what Antifa did.
Yeah, that's right.
And BLM. I thought those were the ones who held cities hostage. I'm confused
Yes.
now.
You
I mean, that's
completely right. If the
that'd be
trucker
out of the
convoy-
frying pan into the fire, man. Like you wouldn't do that. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, so this guy's been
Oh,
promoting this
gosh.
online for a while now already. And like we said, it's not Trumpers or anything like that does these kind of violent protests. It's obviously Antifa.
Yeah.
So now Justin Trudeau is fleeing Antifa to the United States somehow.
Mhm. So he's got some sort of hashtag like deport Trudeau.
wow.
So here's a tweet. Here's an actual tweet from the guy. Quote, if Justin Trudeau is hiding in the United States, we should return him to Canada and make him face his people immediately. No safe haven for fleeing COVID tyrants. Hashtag live free. Hashtag deport Trudeau.
Yeah, there it is. Hashtag. Like, come on. Seriously? Trudeau's not in hiding.
No. To
He's
which,
in isolation.
yeah, exactly. To which I tweeted back to him, you're a moron. It's obvious the PM is in a secret Illuminati bunker underneath a pizza parlor in Ottawa molesting Kofefe in full 5G.
Fair enough.
Clearly, yes.
I
Clearly.
think you got conspiracy theory bingo.
And it's flagged. You got flagged. Now you're gonna get banned,
Did he
man. That's-
respond to you?
No, of
Oh,
course not.
that's too bad.
The rumor started obviously with an anonymous tweet that Chips Ahoy here is trying to repeat, and the PM is actually at a lakeside cabin in Quebec right now. During his, he was there during his last virtual meeting because he's still kind of working virtually, obviously.
Because he has COVID.
Yes, he's not because he's got COVID. And think about it this way: why would Trudeau flee the country to a country with no universal health care while he's sick with COVID?
Do you really think you see a lot across the border? There's all these mandates. That
No. Okay, but don't you know this story? You don't understand. You don't hear the story in the U.S. of the rich Canadians who come here for their medical care because the medical care there is so poor.
Yep.
It's such
I
bad medical care that rich Canadians come to the U.S. They do it all the time. I swear. I hear it. It's my
Okay, well,
Canadian uncle
there is-
and
I've heard that
Just-
story, but yet I've never met a Canadian who's gone down south for medical care.
Well,
Neither have we.
It's like every good lie has a grain of truth. There is also a small grain of truth in there. It's true that a rich Canadian might go to the States to get something operated on if he thinks the waiting
Wait.
period is gonna be too
Actually,
long.
can I just take a few steps back? I have actually heard of several cases of Canadians who need a procedure done that can't be done in Canada, lobbying our healthcare, universal healthcare, to pay for a procedure down in the States and
Yeah,
actually having them paid for. So
Yeah.
it isn't about being a rich Canadian, because
No, and
if it's something that's valid and can be proved to help, our government will pay.
Yeah.
I have a
That's
cousin, who her husband is affected with Lyme disease. He used to be a park ranger. He got bitten by a tick. He's got Lyme disease, and apparently they're lobbying the government to go to Germany because apparently Germany has great programs for Lyme disease, which Canada might not really have all that much, and neither do the States apparently either. So it happens. There
Except
are some
for-
medical advances other countries are actually a bit better in
Yeah.
than our own.
You
Oh,
got to
yeah.
go see Eli Bosnick. He's got a really good treatment for
Like
Lyme
Lyme
disease. Yeah.
That's right.
I was debating saying that. I was gonna say, and I live in Minnesota where the Mayo Clinic is, which is one of the best hospitals. I could totally see somebody being like, "Hey, I need to go to the Mayo because there's a specialist there for
Yeah.
XYZ."
The entire reason I moved to BC from Quebec is because my daughter has a medical condition, and they had more specialists here in Vancouver than they had in Quebec City. That's the entire reason I moved to the coast. So
to meet me.
so it
Side
happened.
benefit.
It only took 20 years,
It's
but
it's
you
not
know,
because the evil of social medicine and blah blah. No, this is just bullshit. Anyway,
no.
Yeah,
moving on.
but how many of those people are like flying to like LA to get a facelift?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's entirely possible as well.
We
I've
got
heard many
specialists too, you know.
I've heard many Canadians go down to Mexico to get their
Mhm.
dental work done.
Yeah.
Yep.
Apparently, they're cheap in Mexico.
Yeah, that's one thing. A lot of our universal health care does not cover dental care,
Exactly.
so that is an issue.
I'm guessing eye
That's
care as
actually the
well.
lobby for right now. Yeah, eye care is never no. It's
never
often not
is.
even covered under extended health plans.
Anyway,
Lord forbid we see.
in Free Willy news,
Free
Iceland,
Willy?
yes, Iceland has announced they will stop and they will not renew commercial whale fishing licenses when they expire in 2023. Now,
There's commercial whale fishing licenses?
yes, there is.
Really?
Commercial whaling has resumed in Iceland in 2006. The reason is simple, actually. People would think because whaling, whales is a horrible thing, and it is. But the reason is actually simpler than that. There is little to no economic benefit. The costs are just too high, and there is a diminishing demand for whale products by the consumer. And add to that COVID restrictions, and voila, the industry is pretty much dying in Iceland.
Good.
But how are we
I
going to
think-
light our lamps now without the
Exactly.
blubber?
Where do I get my whale oil?
Why is people are they eating like
Japan is still for commercially fishing whales, right? And then
Yeah.
is it for the meat?
Oh, some of it, yes.
Okay.
Iceland is estimated to have killed 146 fin whales and six minke whales in 2018. They were also accused apparently of killing a rare blue whale.
Oh, shit.
That's sacrilegious.
That's not good.
Yeah. Iceland formally objected to the global moratorium of 1986, and it even got sanctions in 2011 from the U.S. for the practice. But right now, at this point, it's unclear where the country's official stance will be. But right now, good for the whales. It helps the whales. So
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
great.
good.
Save the whales, Salt. I mean,
save
come
the whales,
Save
y'all.
the
Save the
whales.
whales.
Apparently,
There's
it's
a
still
whole
a
thing in
problem.
Star Trek about that.
on. Oh yeah.
Yeah, we got a whole Star Trek about that. Exactly.
The whole damn
was-
movie.
Yeah, one of the
Yeah.
movies that was a big thing, and in fact, it actually ties. Like, there's some. Oh, Callie Wright probably knows all about this.
I was just going to say, yeah.
Guaranteed.
Whales,
Who to go to?
is it whales and dolphins and navigation?
That's when you get Sequest, and that's a spin-off of Star Trek there. See? I don't think it is.
No, it's not.
It's
I know
not.
Next Generation. That's pretty much it.
But the dolphins talk.
Okay. Nope. It's Sabrina's turn. Y'all be quiet.
And